Will you be my friend? It sounds like a line straight out of Sesame Street, but our next guest says adults could take a kindergarten clue when it comes to forming some of those friendships.
Therapist Julie Hanks joining us to discuss the importance and art of developing adult friendships. And this is an interesting topic, adult friendships, because you know there's a large vocal camp out there that's going to say, I don't need friends. I have a spouse. I have a family. My life is full. It's enriching. Do adults need friends?
Yes.
They do.
Friends play a different function than family members. And I think everybody needs those friends that you can vent to. Who are you going to talk to about your family? if you're only, right?
Now, there's a good point.
We all need some support. And friends play a different role than family members, than spouses, than kids or sisters.
Does it really matter? Is there any research that shows you have to have friends?
Darren wants proof.
Yeah, because I'm sort of that camp.
You don't have any friends, Darren.
But I'm fine with that. My family makes fun of me. I'm okay with where I am.
Well, that's actually common. Men tend to not feel the need as much. They think, well, my wife's my best friend. But there's actually really compelling health research that friendships improve your health. They help reduce stress, recover faster from injury or illness. And there's one study from Australia that's great that says older adults who had close friendships lived longer. But if you had close family members, it didn't have an impact.
That'll kill you off.
I think there's something about friends where they don't have the same demands and requirements as family members do that make it like even more fulfilling and less draining.
And there's a weight, I think, that comes, a weight of responsibility with the idea of friends, right? I don't know your reasons, but I think a lot of people will say, gosh, I don't have time for friends, right, to maintain those relationships.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about that, but first help me understand, if an adult is in a situation, they're listening to you and saying, okay, the research proves it, Julie says, I need friends. It can be intimidating even as an adult to break out of your comfort zone and meet new people.
Well, it sounds, I need friends. Yeah. But actually, it's okay to send that message. And I'm thinking back over my life, there are people that I've gone up to at a gathering and just said, we need to be friends. I like you. Tell me more. Or I hear a little bit about them and just say, be bold about it.
In fact, you put a number on it. You say you can reach out to someone 3 times?
Yes, so what I often find, and clients will tell me this too, it's like, well, I reached out and they didn't respond. Okay, adults are busy, we know that, lots of commitments. 3 strikes. Right? So give it 3 times before you give up on pursuing a friendship with somebody.
Well, I like the phrase you said, because I think it sounds pathetic when you go up to someone and say,
will you be my friend?
Yeah, but when you come to someone and say, we need to be friends, that's almost a compliment to that person.
Well, it is. So there's a woman moved into my neighborhood it's been a couple of years, and she was from Southern California, and her family was in the entertainment industry, and I'm like, okay, we need to be friends because we have the same background, and so she's one of my closest friends now. And so being bold and taking that step, I think it's okay. You don't have to feel pathetic or like you're in junior high or kindergarten again.
Well, you kind of said a buzzword, and that's pathetic. You were quoted in the Wall Street Journal yesterday regarding the topic of neediness in relationships. So what's the fine line, I guess, drawing upon what you said in the Wall Street Journal yesterday, I found it interesting. What's the fine line between being that needy person who's begging for attention and time and being someone who just wants that connection?
Okay, great question, Brooke. So everybody is needy. We're all needy. We all need connections with people. The people who come off needy and in a way that pushes people away are those who really don't own it straightforward. They're like more manipulative, like, oh, well, thanks for calling. Why didn't you call me? Or I don't have any friends.
I hate that. Yeah. Why didn't you call me?
Yeah. So just if you own it, that this is my need, and I'd like to include you in my circle of friends, that's not needy. Because you have an option. You can say, I don't have time, or I'm not interested, and I'm not going to fall apart. Right? There's other people.
I've actually moved around a lot, and so I've had friends where I've moved, but I've lost touch with a lot of those. There's a way to forge that friendship with people you've been friends with in the past and keep that fire alive?
That's why I love technology, Skype, Facebook. You can keep loosely in touch with hundreds and hundreds of people, but you need those people in your real life too at any given point. And so it's okay to have different levels of friends, really, really close friends, and then acquaintances, and then Facebook people and people from high school that you chat with once in a while. So it's okay, but use technology to your advantage. And I don't know about you guys, but Throughout my life, there are certain people at certain times in my life that just make it really deep into my heart, and I really connect with those, and I make an effort to keep in touch with them because it's more than just social friends. It's like they get my heart, and I just treasure them.
I have often struggled with the definition. People oftentimes say a friend is someone who you can go months without talking to, and then you talk, and it's like you pick up right where you left off. That definition has always bothered me because that doesn't seem like a real friend. At the end of the day, you want someone that you're kind of having those touchstones with. But I like the reminder that you can have friends that you just briefly every once in a while reach out to, and they still can have a connection and a meaning in your life.
I have friends like that, Brooke. In fact, one of my closest, most dear friend. I'm going to start here. Anyway, we just went to lunch and. It had been months, and she had gone through some loss in her family, and we were just eating it up, just loving that time. And we live in different areas now, and we trust the friendship, so we don't need that everyday connection. Yeah. But once a month is like, we just live for it.
It's exciting. Speaking of exciting, you have a book coming out. This is big news. Tell us a story about this.
Yeah, my first book. I'm so excited. It's called The Burnout Cure, an emotional survival guide for overwhelmed women.
Which, who doesn't fit into that category, right? I'm just saying.
From experience, I know what that's like. So it's on pre-order now, and the book on CD too. And I did the reading for the book.
That's so exciting.
Which I'm thrilled about.
We're thrilled for you, and I know there's more information on your website as well as information about your private practice.
Yes, Wasatch Family Therapy.
Thank you so much, friends. We all need them.
Thanks. We'll be back with more on Studio 5 right after this.